You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming. It's Sunday Mountain Twitter, the gaming drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Soulcreek, The Whispers of Carmine. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Shh, it's okay. You're here, with me. I was sitting on my back against a tree, inches from the Blackzone border, but safely outside of it. In my lap, I clutched Loken to my chest. He was trembling. I stroked his head, whispering sweet, soothing nonsense into his ear. He was safe. Snow had begun falling again, a gentle tickle of white against the black ground. Dawn would break soon. We were waiting. The village had gone silent. I dreaded whatever we'd find there. I'd abandoned Taki to save Loken. I could only pray she'd be alive. It was time to move. I pulled Loken's face up to mine, staring into his blue hues of my own. Hey, are you with me, little one? The husky blinked at me twice, then nodded. I smiled. Of course he was all right. He was stronger than I ever gave him credit for. He got up first, then stepped back as I tried to get to my feet. The old wound in my gut no longer hurt, but the slash across my back was agony. I snarled, unable to stand. Loken clasped my hand with his small paws and tried to pull me up. Thank you, Loken, I smiled, stroking his head. He kept his grip on my arm tight as we limped back towards the village. I couldn't bring myself to shield Loken's eyes from the sight. It would be cruel to deny him this lesson. Blood, bone, and gore shone amidst the dawn light. Snow dusted the horror, leaving the scene a delicate and horrible shade of white and red. I lost count of the bodies. Some were intact. Others had been pulled apart. Loken almost tripped on a corpse. I caught him. Be careful, I whispered. It was absolutely silent. My own voice offended the atmosphere. Soon we found Taki. She was alive. The badger was sitting on a fallen tree trunk, her pelt shining with blood that wasn't her own. On the ground lay her spear, shattered in two. She wore no expression, simply staring forward with tired, unblinking eyes. Her rasped breath fogged in the chill. I approached slowly, moving Loken behind me. I saw Taki's ears flick to acknowledge my presence, but she said nothing. Taki? Hmm? She replied immediately and raised her eyebrows. Yeah? Yep. Yeah? I took in the sight of the bodies around us. Most were clean kills, cautiously, slowly. Cautiously, slowly. I sat down beside Taki. Loken kept his distance. I'm so sorry, Taki. I left you to this. The badger nodded. It's okay. There was a pause. It's over now. She shivered. There were children there. Where? Taki's head nodded to the nearest structure. It was the hut Zana had chained her and informed villagers inside. It had been opened. The ropes binding it shut, cut. You killed them? Her head slowly falls. She scrapes her hand across her forehead, flicking blood clean from her fingers. I had to. Saw them in there. They were, didn't even look alive. Chewed most of their own faces off. Looked like they'd been in there for years. I couldn't leave them like that. I didn't know what to say. Taki was so young, boisterous. She hadn't signed up for this. It would haunt her for the rest of her life. What about Zana? Taki just shakes her head. I just ain't cut out for this stuff, you know? Finally, she started to weep. She clenched her jaw to keep her face straight, but the tears rolled down regardless. This was Taki. I clasped her shoulder, squeezing. I didn't know her well, so I could only speak my own truths to offer what reassurances I could. This was the Blackzones. They did this. To Zana. To the Oxtail clan. You did the right thing. She nodded slowly. Always thought it were just legends, you know? Didn't believe it. Nothing is more real than the ocean, but we're ashore now. It's over. Taki didn't reply at first. She took a look around at the bloody scene. The sun was rising. It illuminated the whole massacre. I think I want to leave. I nodded. On your feet, warrior. With difficulty, I dragged her up. She kept her eyes locked on me, refusing to look around. Look, I don't want this to follow me. Can't handle it. Then we tell no one. Only Dravonia. The Oxtail clan became bandits. They attacked us, and you fought back. The rest fled into the Blackzone, never to be seen again. That's all. She puffed out her cheeks, relieved. Yeah, sounds good. She wiped her eyes. Think I'm gonna need a bath. I smiled. I know a few spots on the way back. We'll get cleaned up. Right. Yeah. Works for me. Yep. Taki took a breath, smiling back. Taki, I owe you my life. And Loken's. Huh. Yeah, well, just doing my job, you know? Someone's gotta. Before she could finish, I hugged her. I'd been wrong. There were heroes in the Black Zone. Witnessed the birth of one that day. Taki's arms were limp for a while, and slowly she hugged me back. I felt her heave a heavy breath, with a wave of tears flooding her eyes. You're gonna be okay, Taki. We stayed there for a while. Then she chuckled. Gonna have to let go sooner or later, bitch. I'm getting turned on. I released her, chuckling. That'd be so terrible. Taki just rolled her eyes. It's a long walk home. Come on. I want to get shot of this place. I nodded, allowing Taki to collect what remained of her spear and catch her breath. So I turned back to check on Loken. When he saw me approach, he stepped over and waited for my instructions. He wasn't trembling anymore. I lowered myself to one knee, smiling at him. We're going home now, okay? He nodded. Are you hurt anywhere? He shook his head. Loken, you shouldn't have come for me. You put yourself in danger. He scowled. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I hesitated. One day, Loken, I won't be here. That could have been today. Could be tomorrow. He stared at me, tail still. He didn't like what he was hearing. I will always protect you, I promise, but, Loken, you must protect yourself. I paused. Even from me. He whined, baffled. Perhaps my abdomen flashed with pain. I ignored it. You are stronger than I ever imagined. You'll be even stronger without me. He shook his head, so I stroked his ears. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'll protect you, but sometimes that might mean letting me go. You'll be a Black Runner soon. Now wasn't the time to tell him this. It wasn't for his benefit, only my own. So I just smiled. Just be ready one day, okay? Then he spoke. Demon. My heart lurched. I stared, baffled. I never heard his voice before. What did you say? Demon. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't understand it. How? I put my hands on his shoulders, staring. Loken, what are you saying? Demon. I'd never heard the word before. Was he trying to say something else? I don't understand. Can you say anything else? That's not a word. He shook his head. Demon. I squinted. Where did you learn that word? He pointed past me. I turned around, following his finger. He was pointing into the Black Zone, back towards the barn. Demon. So it wasn't his word. I knew better than to react with fear. Loken was wise, far wiser than Zana, far wiser than me. I decided to trust him. That's a good name, Loken. A very good name for them. Dwelling on this moment was a bad idea. I had to move it on, quickly. There'd be time to examine this revelation later. Perhaps you'd like to practice more words? I'll teach you. He slowly nodded, then said something else. Okay. 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 I laughed and hugged him. Good hound. He was safe with me. For now. Years later, that changed, just as Anna predicted. Just as I predicted. I had enough time left to watch Loken become a man, and a far wiser Black Runner than I could ever hope of being. He wasn't safe with me around anymore. No one was. It pains me to remember those final weeks, many years after Carmine. I taught him everything I could, but time was never my ally. The wound within me festered. Its poison would spread. Zana had told me I'd be the death of Loken, but she'd also said there were other paths. So, as my condition grew more intense, I chose the other path. It wasn't difficult at first. It was easy to feign the cough, then the chills and the weakness. I ate as little as possible to appear thin. Loken was devastated, so I aimed to make it quick, but I'd make him suffer more than I had to. More difficult was finding the secrets of Dawn Lily Zana had spoken of. I was lucky, in the end, to find a talented sugar cook who aided me. The right ingredients mixed correctly created a deep sleep, indistinguishable from death. It was a shallow grave that I was buried in. Taki never questioned the odd condition of my funeral. I was grateful to be asleep for that. When I awoke, I dug myself free and covered the grave up yet again. The rot had truly taken root within me. Now the pain was in my chest, too. My fur had turned gray. The light hurt. I moved only at night. I lost track of time. I lost track of sense. I wandered, between dreams and reality. The air felt thin after time. I was changing. The piece of the negative one inside me had spread. It was unstoppable now. It was some time before I felt the pull, a yearning, desperate tug towards the Blackzones. I resisted it at first, but what was the point? Staying ashore was painful now. Soon, I was blind, but not in the Black Zone. There, I could breathe. I could see. I could hunt. One day I went past the border to clean my mind, and I found I couldn't return. I didn't want to, either. The change didn't frighten me anymore. I was free. So I traveled alone. Alone, changed and determined. I retained what was left on my mind. I'm still traveling today, far beyond Ilela, through the endless black zones that surround it. Alright. It turns out they're not endless. Not at all. Alright. Alright, y'all. We have finished The Whispers of Carmine. So I think we have another one, The Saber War. We're going to do that one next. So we have more content to get through for Soulcreek, y'all. Anyway, I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think we're going to encounter her, possibly in the sequel, that would be interesting. If Loken's little acolyte comes across Aya, man, that would be something. Goodness. All right. Anyway, I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.